How's it going, friends? My name is Mike. This channel right here is Health and Wealth. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of the channel. Today we are talking about your thought process. I'm talking about my thought process. A lot of people are jumping onto the hype train of ULTY. ULTY is the symbol over at YieldMax. If I looked at ULTY 3-4 months ago, I would have said absolutely not. But since April 8th and beyond, it's been pretty darn good, just like the rest of the market, though. But I'm starting to catch the fever, the dream, the hope, the thought process of maybe doing it. So I'm going to talk through that thought process right now, just so we're on the same page. I haven't bought one single share of Ulti, and I plan on not buying another or any other shares of it for probably a couple of months. So right now I have 361 shares of MSTY. My goal is to get to 500. That's the next goal, 500. And I think it's important for me to pick goals for myself, to stay focused, right? I want to stay focused on what I want to buy. And I want to get to that 500 shares of MSTY, and then I'm capping it there, taking those distributions. I'm going to move them somewhere else. So I already did this with NVDY. I got to roughly $500 a month in distributions from NVDY. I capped it. I took those distributions and I've started buying other things with them. So with those distributions, I bought NVIDIA. I bought MSTY. I bought some Canadian ones in there too. So it's been good. And I like that I've capped it and I'm not buying anymore. So now I'm building up my MSTY. And so I'm close. I'm probably about 2 months away from buying all of the MSTY that I want to buy. But what am I going to do after? What's my next purchase, right? What's my next one to take my NVIDIA, my MSTY money and go buy? And I've been thinking about ULTY, ULTY. So I'm going to do a quick little rundown here of all the ones I have. So there's NVIDIA. It's capped. I'm not buying any more shares of it. It's paying roughly, I mean, we can go look at it right here. $500 a month. Let's start from January, right? There's NVIDIA paying $673, $627, $307, 262. Oof, that was a bad month. $656, and then this last month here, this month that we're in right now, $271. Rough month there as well. So, it's doing, it's getting close. Every single month it was over 500, it was over 600, and so every month that it was under 500, it was in the 250 to 350 range. So, it's not hitting it every month, but I have made the commitment to kind of end buying more into it and just kind of reaping the benefits of the distribution and then paying it into MSTY and the other things like I mentioned. So that's one position. The other one I have is Coney. My average price in Coney is just over $14. Coney is a different strategy. I'm using drip, and so I'm not going to pay any more money into Coney on my own worked dollars, but I'm going to allow it to drip into itself for 5 years. And then I have MSTY, right? And MSTY right here is pretty exciting to me. I think it's exciting to all of us. MSTY, my average price is 24, like 70. So I'm getting very close to my average share price here, which is pretty exciting considering I was at 20, what seems like a couple of days ago. There it is right there, right? Around the 20s a couple of days ago, June 23rd, right? So 7 days ago, it was in the mid 20s. So I'm excited about this too. And yeah, I'm going to 500. That's it. But what do I do with my money after that? So ULTY, ULTY, let's go all the way back. What a nightmare this thing was until you can see it right down there. April 4th. From April 4th on, it's up 15%. But I mean, if we go April, is it April 4th? Yeah, 15%. Look at that. So, I mean, that's pretty good. A lot of the market was up 15% in the same time. This has also paid out a distribution of either 8, 9, or 10 cents every single week since then. So, is it worth the gamble? And I'm calling it a gamble because the previous history of it doesn't look good. But they did make some big changes in the way they do things over at YieldMax when it comes to ULTY. And so far, it's looking like those changes are doing really, really well. So in order for me to get to 500 shares of, $500 a month of Alti, I've done the math. It's about 1,400 shares. And if Misty, NVDY bring in $500 each a month, for each of them per month, that's 1,000. And then if I can, generate some other income from employment, from YouTube, from whatever, then I should be able to get there pretty quickly to 1,400 shares. I did a calculation. It's about 8 months at the rate I'm at going right now. So I don't know. Like, I'm just undecided, right? Let's take a pause on the Alti. We'll come back to it. I got some pretty cool things to look at here. Michael Saylor, by the way, buying more Bitcoin. And because of that, no, it's not because of that, but right now Bitcoin is just kind of hanging around the 107,000 mark, which is pretty funny. Like, Mr. has been going up today. Misty going up today, but Michael Saylor here. This is called the SaylorTracker.com. Everything in orange is Michael Saylor buying uh, Bitcoin, right? Are you buying Bitcoin? I'm buying Bitcoin. But let's get back to that Alti talk here, okay? I've got a couple different things here for us to look at. First one is Market Beats Dividend Calculator. This is Alti sitting here, investment ETF. It is a weekly payer, by the way. If you didn't know, it pays out every week. I have set it up for drip, and I'm curious what this projects my price to be over 5 and 10 years. So I have done the number of shares that I would need to get to $500 a month in distributions. And so to do that, I took 9 cents. I multiplied it by 4. Now, I know this is not the most exact number, everybody out there. It could be off by a number of shares here, but it's a fairly good ballpark figure. And we're talking a couple months away to make this decision, right? So it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but 1,400 shares. Current share price $6.29, and so if you go 1,400 and you divide it by 36 cents, which is the monthly, 9 times 4, 36. It gives you the 500, just over $500 in distributions each month. So its current annual dividend yields 129%. That's ridiculous. I don't think it's going to be that high. I want to make sure we all exercise caution because I don't think it's going to be that high forever. That's too wild. Okay, it's too wild, everybody. So exercise caution and exercise realism whenever you're looking into buying this and you're dumping your dump truck of money into it. For me, I will be just gently guiding my money towards it if I do end up doing it. And it will be a couple of times a month I guide my money towards it. But I'm free to change my mind anytime I want. It's just something I'm thinking, right? So I just want to make sure that's clear on YouTube. This is not financial advice. In fact, it's the opposite. I don't think you should do this. So I've invested it for 10 years, and my thought process here, I'm going to calculate those dividends. Let's take a look here at how it looks over 10 years. Remember, that's with 1,400 shares automatically invested, like right off the hop, not 100 every month kind of thing. But yeah, 1,400 annual dividend per share is $8.18. That's today's number. I might change it up to bring it down a little bit. But yeah, annual dividend $11,000. Holy smokes! And then after drip value, $18,535. Pretty good. Next year, year 2, you're bringing in $24,000 US every single year. Pretty amazing. Year 3, even more incredible, $50,000 a year. Year 4, $106,000, and then year 5, $224,000 a year. At that point, I would definitely not be using. Probably at the 24,000 range, I probably wouldn't be using drip anymore. Personally, I'd be just taking that cash and I would go do something else with life. But yeah, I mean, so far in a 2-month window here, it's kind of leveled off. It's kind of stayed straight. This right here. I mean, if we bring it down to here, you can see it a little bit better. April 8th till now 16%. It's kind of leveled off, right? So if it did this, plus it paid 8-9 cents every week, holy smokes, that would be incredible, wouldn't it? And then this thing here, I mean, it's a wild animal. It says $9 million in annual dividend at the end of year 10. Um, Unbelievable, right? Your new balance would be $15 million. Oh, you can't see that. There it is. $15 million. That's incredible and unrealistic. Okay. I just want to put that out there. I also did this. I took this is at, what's this website called? Dividendchannel.com. And so I compared ULTY and MSTY from April 1st. I can't make this full screen, but I can expand it here for you. From April 4th or April 1st till today. And I've kind of compared the both of them. They're very similar. Now, MSTY has really been slowing down in distributions just because of the implied volatility over at Mr. or strategy has lowered to 49%, which is quite a bit lower than to be expected, right? But yeah, so it's slowed down. So has the distributions that we've got from MSTY over the last couple of months here. But the top one is analyzing between the two. If we put $10,000 into each of them, starting share price, right, 614 and 2142. That was on April the 1st. And then end share price 2141. So it's pretty similar, right? Pretty similar share price for MSTY, sorry, which is good. I like that. And then you got your starting shares and then your ending shares here, right? So we're talking about doing some drip on the top example, and you can see the numbers up top are very, very similar. You would be at $12,664 for MSTY. You can see that right here. And then ULTY would have been at $12,411. So the investors who got in there in April are very happy with their purchase. If you didn't do drip, it's not a massive difference here. It's only 2 months, everybody. But 12,414 and then 12,124 for ULTY in the blue here. But I think that's a pretty interesting chart. If both of those investments could kind of do something parallel to each other, which is positive progression, I'd be really, really satisfied and happy with my purchase. That's for sure. I want to go back here. I want to change this number. I want to bring it down to, let's just go 100%, right? Let's be a little wild animal, do 100%, calculate the dividends, and be a little more realistic. But I mean, even 100% is unrealistic, I feel. But it's going to bring your numbers down quite a bit here. So year 2, you're bringing in 16,286. Year 3, 30,000. Year 4, 55 grand. So it takes you an extra year or two to get to the 55,000 in annual distribution. And then year 5, 103,000 in annual distribution. I could definitely live off that. How about you? Could you live off that? I know I could for sure. But anyways, these are my thoughts. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I think a lot of you are already in ULTY. I'm just a little bit behind you. Again, lots of things can happen, though. This has only been 2 months. I'm thinking it's going to take me 2 months to make this decision. And so lots can happen in 2 months, right? This thing could go back down to its old ways, or it can continue to progress and maintain its share price and then pay out those distributions every single week. If that happens, I'm definitely in. If it doesn't happen, I'm definitely out. And then we'll think of something else to put our money in once we get to the cap of 500 shares of MSTY. Tell me how you guys are feeling about this. What are you thinking about doing? Are you capping it all? Or are you just going to keep buying forever and ever and ever? I'm interested to hear. And also, if you enjoy the content, I really hope you hit the like. The subscribe button is really important at this stage. I want to try and get to 10,000 people before Christmas, and I need your help to make it happen. I just wanted to stop in and say hi, share some thoughts with you, and I'm glad you're doing okay over there. Let's keep the dream alive. Spend less, invest more, and we'll see how we do. My name is Mike. This is Health and Wealth. Have a great day. Bye for now.